Sleeker, it's meaner.
It's built for power. Yeah, it.
Like the Bigfoot truck.
Matter of
fact, a kill shot and it'll still keep coming.
For a little ways.
Yeah.
It's kind of like shooting a wild hog. The adrenaline and pissed offness is going to bring it on.
Depends on what you shoot it with and shot placement. You empty a clip just in the center mass, more likely you're not going to do a lot of damage in the head.
But see,
there's bone just like a hog. I'm sure.
There's so few people that have actually been up close and personal with a Wendigo that we really don't know much about them. I mean, I've been on the trail of that one on that side of the lake for years. You find this track, you done something. I'll tell you that much right now. Because first time I saw his track, Dad actually hollered at me. And when I started putting the measurements down on that son of a bitch, I told Dad, I said, it can't be. The track was that damn big.
What is it, 26, 28
26 or it's 28 inches on that one.
28, so you're looking at creatures that well up about 10 foot tall.
And it's in that range of the width of the foot is upwards of 14 inches wide. That's as big as some Squatch tracks are long.
There's what is it? What, 28, 14,
28,
9,
14, 11.
11 inches at the heel. The one on Mike's place we found was 24. It was a 24, 12, 7 or 8.
The thing is, though, well,
2478.
they got a warden over there, a newer warden I hear, for the wildlife area.
Game wardens over there don't mean shit to me. If those motherfuckers want to go where I go, they can do it. They can try to stick with me.
Darla ain't gonna go over there.
Darla barely gets out of the car.
In that area.
Darla's big out. She'll get out right that 4-wheeler off in the shit, but she ain't gonna.
As far as going to Lamar Point all the way to the military area, that's
a long fucking way.
Yeah, you gotta go.
And I think I found out who owns the place that butts up on the backside of Visor.
Oh yeah, Visor Creek here.
Yeah, you know, on the backside of that point at Visor turns into a clearing, has a field in the back of it. There's a water pump station up in it. You can look at it on satellite and see the pumping station, old road listed going up in there. I think I know who actually owns that son of a bitch.
See, them adolescent ones though, now they could get in them bunkers, but a Wendigo or a full grown one ain't gonna get in there. An adolescent, yeah, because they're pretty small body. You know?
Well, we found 6 of the bunkers, I think is what we ended up tracking down.
Yep.
2 of them are filled in with dirt. Me or Courts could probably slide in there, Joey. You know, just as long as somebody wasn't real tall, you could actually slide up in it like a shell. One of them is full of water. The other one has tree roots growing down over the front, so you gotta be pretty slim to slide between them.
That one's got an open window in the front. I remember seeing it.
There's several of them with open windows.
But they're, you know.
Yeah, they're the blast slots. I mean, they're machine gun nest is what they are, just concrete machine gun nest. But there's 2 of them that are for sure 6 foot to the floor. Of course, they're dirt floor now instead of concrete. 2 of them, the wooden rafters have started to pop, and you got like a wooden hanger down. But it's concrete roof. Those were just I guess the joints, expansion joints in them.
Right.
But there's really only 2 that are viable for a youngster. One's closer to the north end of Visor, and it's bound up in some damn brush on the north end of a clearing in the middle of it.
Right.
The other one is just off to the south. All 6 of them are within, I'd say 200 yards, first one to the last one. And they're all based off that clearing. Because we checked them out. I'm sure there's some we missed because there were spots that it looked like there should have been. Because it's like, well, 50 feet, there's another one.
Well, I looked it up. When I looked it up on satellite, straight up fucking man. A whole different creature there. That's like
hell,
you said.
There's some of the boys here in Oklahoma that claim to have seen them. And hell, you talk about Brown Springs, they call them the dog men down there.
Yeah.
I've been to Brown Springs just driving by.
We've
They
been
took the
there.
street sign off.
Yeah.
See,
It's
me and
across
Buddy
from that
went.
casino, the smoke shop.
Yeah.
Me and Buddy went and stayed at Brown. We went up there and all around back through there, on the river and everything. But we didn't have any success.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, down that way,
The dog men's what
the
they call
dog
them down
men. But up here, even old Mike Humphreys flat out said, you know, we have a word for them. Because Mike's Cherokee, they said we have a word for them, but the best way to describe it is monster. So that's the easiest thing to call them is monster. Yeah.
Well, that's what they are, and they're terribly aggressive. They're not. These are the ones that
Hell.
you don't want your children around because it would probably make a meal out of one.
Hell,
That's how they are.
The old legends up out of the northeast part of the country talk about that these creatures are so aggressive they won't even stay around each other but to mate.
Yeah,
That if
totally
two males will run into each other, they'll fight to the death. I mean,
Or the one limp that hobbles in, gets out of there, escapes if it can. But yeah, they're very territorial, and loners. They don't, like I said, they don't like being around nothing. That's probably what makes them so aggressive. Is anything it encounters is either for mating purposes or for food.
now see, we found before what we called explosion breaks, where the trees are just blowed every direction. And I mean, they're laying on the ground. They're tore all to hell. More than likely what that was two creatures tying up, because there's no reason to show or marking of just shoving every tree within, say, 20 feet in an opposite direction. More than likely that was two big ones tying up. And unless you have a big southern tying up with a smaller Wendigo, it's more conceivable that it was two of them running into each other.
And they've been, I don't know, all the rumors around here, there's supposed to be
Hell, there's
quite a few here.
Yeah, I have heard one report of on up to 14 foot, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's out of my range of belief." But you know, it's not inconceivable. It would be a stretch of the imagination.
Yeah,
But
still
I
hide
just
out.
chalked that up to
Even that big, they can still hide out just like a cow with 120%.
Well, you know, well, it's like down there in Paris. That big silver white one that we seen. We marked it on the tree, and we went back out there. Top of it is a southern Bigfoot. It wasn't a Wendigo. I mean, the top of its cone was right there, maybe a couple inches under 10 foot. And top of its dome, right there. It's big, something. I mean, we're talking. It's got some shoulders on it now.
Yeah.
We're talking over 36
I
inches
could
across.
see it from what? I was about.
We seen it across a field, standing against a tree, looking at us. And this tree was over 3 feet diameter, and you couldn't see the tree because of the shoulder. The tree, he blocked the tree completely out. So you're looking at something close to about 40, 42 inch shoulder, a span, shoulder to shoulder. I'm talking.
And I was from
I wouldn't want to jack with it. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I guarantee you that same one man Brandon saw coming through the woods.
Oh, behind his house there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Tell me about
that son of a bitch didn't care nothing about being seen. And
He run y'all out there, didn't he? Wasn't that the one?
no, wait, he didn't run us out. That's Spot that ran us out. But that big son of a bitch, we just looked up and we could see him probably 200 yards out in the woods, coming between the trees, and he was just walking like he didn't care if we were there or not. That's whole bull of the woods, you know. He is in charge, and he didn't care if you saw him or not because there wasn't nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, it's his place and he owns the people. So what? What are you gonna do?
He knows he ain't got no worry about it.
Pull a gun and start shooting.
He smell a gun oil. He knows if you're packing a gun or not. The things are really smart, dude. They know
completely done.
if you got a gun. They can tell by your demeanor on what your persona, whether or not you're meaning them harm, lessens your chance of even getting to hear one.
The next hill's like that. That's the one we call Big
Go
Bluff.
around behind them, but
One called
every time I try to get somebody to go out there, but nobody can do it. So I just wind up going by myself. It's not a good idea. There's not much you should do by yourself out here. Most of these places, I like a simple twist of the ankle, you're screwed up.
Very few people need to be out, even out here on the backside of this place, though.
Alone, it's a bad idea.
Well, I had fun, but I sure wish I'd have had something to drink. I forgot my bottle of water.
and Red Diamond Sweet Tea.
I thought there might be a chance I might find it, but it'd be sour like hell by now, huh?
I don't know. As much sugar's in that motherfucker. It's liable to be just preserved.
You know, so turning to wine.
Yeah.
It'd be a block of sugar.
Well, hell, as much wine as I heard about it last time, I figured it'd be preserved.
So the danger's about left alone out here. I'm guessing bears, cats, not to mention.
Well, right now you don't have to worry about snakes. Personal injury, slips, trips, falls, twisted ankles, the way the weather changes around here, exposure,
Mm-hmm.
And the
the tee-hee-hees, them folks around here that are rather unscrupulous.
Inbreeding.
Yeah.
The hills have eyes.
No, it makes
No.
no cats look good.
Now, when it comes to doing the research part of it, it's not good to really do it by yourself. For one, you need some kind of verification. You know, if you come out of the woods and say, I saw a 12-footer, he was walking around thumping on his chest, well, it sounds almost believable.
Where's your evidence?
That's it. If it's just a personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
Got any audio?
That-
video? Where's pictures?
Yeah.
now if you have somebody with you that is saying, look, this happened, no, you aren't going to believe it, but we know where it happened and we're going to go back out there. We're going to try to catch it again. You know, you have somebody that's they're an automatic believer in what you're telling them.
Right.
Help you prove the validity in it.
Right.
And you're still gonna go through the same, same thing. Even if you got two people, I mean, you still have to prove it to others. And so without, like you said, without video or audio and some kind of footage, you're still gonna hear the same, same issues on negativity.
You know, I've seen a lot of stuff, and John has too, that we've never even talked about because it was just us. And if you go, like John was talking about, you go online, and you go to people and say, I saw this. Well, would you by yourself? Yeah. Well,
The immediate gonna
are
think.
you sure it happened?
Damn it, bitch. You can already, you can already see where it's going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My face draw up.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Some bitch
Keep
roll
that
back
log
any
from
farther.
rolling. Burned hide.